Hey everybody, this is Trey with Crabtree Leather Co. and these are some of the things I thought you should know towards us for the year 2020. Stay tuned. Alright, so I was brainstorming a little bit and I thought I should make a video on some of our goals, or at least my goals as a business in the year 2020, which are improving our website, adding more products to our product line, as well as improving products that are already on our product line, and getting better at advertising. Before I head into those three topics, I felt that it would be a bit of a good idea to give you a bit of background on me. I started getting into leathercraft when I was in 8th grade. I started on kind of like working with belts. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just kind of started testing out and doing different things. Not really 100% sure what I was doing. I was just kind of having fun. And pretty much as a year or so went by, I started doing favors for making stuff for friends, and the end of the year of my freshman year, I had a few friends that were seniors that were graduating, and so for like graduation presents, gifts and stuff, they were talking about like not really having anything decent to hold their hair up with. So I just kind of went to the shop and made some little tooled hair holders for them. I can't remember what they were called. And I remember a couple of them saying that amazed by what they looked like, the ending product of it, and told me that I should start selling my work, which at the time I kind of just took that as a joke and thought, funny, you know, stuff like that. But over the summer, for the following few weeks, I actually got to thinking about it, and though I did have a part-time job with my parents, and I still do, I still had a lot of free time on my hands for most of the days, particularly during the daytime. And I kind of one morning just got up and decided I'm bored, and that thought kind of rung into my head again, and I'm like, that might be something to try. So I whipped up a few knife holders or knife sheaths for pocket knives, like carry around the waistband, or a couple hunting knife sheaths like this one that I got in a Tandy packet here, that's holding my grandfather's old hunting knife, because all the hand stitching and all the tooling is what I did. And so I made a few of those and posted those on Facebook on the buy, sell, and trading groups, and it took me a couple weeks, but I finally got some offers on them, and I got most of them sold. And I started thinking about doing wallets and card holders, though I hadn't really dabbled in that particular area. Keep in mind that at this time, few years ago, I was still pretty much new to the leathercraft world. All the materials, all the leather and stuff I had in the shop was pretty much swivel knife, a few punches, few tools that I used on the majority of my work, couple bevelers, and head knife is what I used the most. I didn't really do much of any like particular in detail carving or anything like that, just a bunch of simple stuff. No, I didn't really even know what ounces went by. I didn't even know the thickness of the stuff I was buying. I just knew that it was thick and it would hold up with whatever I was wanting to make it for, so it worked for me, because I just kind of did a bunch of coasters and knife holders and stuff, and that's just kind of what I did along with belts. But I kind of looked a little bit further into it, like different tanneries, different places that sold high quality leather, and that's when I started getting into ounces, and I learned what the ounces system was, like apart from the upholstery weight leather 1 to 2 ounce, as opposed to the 3 to 4 ounce leather that you typically use for wallets, or the 7 to 8 or 10 to 12 ounce you would use for knife sheaths and Western tack. And once I figured all that out, that kind of gave me a good aiming point on the weight and kind of leather that I wanted to buy. And I heard about Wickett and Craig's tannery through watching Stock and Barrel, and I started looking at them and found English Bridle, oil tan leather, and natural veg, which I kind of thought was funny because at the time I didn't know what chrome tanning and natural veg, or oil tan and what natural veg was. So I looked into that a little bit, and I thought that was kind of interesting, the different ways they were tanned, the different processes that they went through, why one brand was cheaper than the other, why you find chrome tan as for a majority as opposed to natural veg, as well as price wise. So once I figured all that out, I went and bought me a few side pieces and a couple shoulder pieces of natural veg tan and oil tan, and I just went in the shop. It took me a few days, but I made the templates for the wallets and the card holders that I started out with, that I still make today. Everything that I do in the shop still is, for the most part, hand done. The only thing I do machine is the sewing and stitch work, because I started out doing everything hand stitched, and that was so aggravating to me because I am not at all a very patient person. And I remember the Christmas before last Christmas, I got a ton of Christmas orders for card holders, custom book covers, and wallets, and it took me pretty much the whole month just to get all that done, just because the hand sewing took forever. So immediately I decided I need to get a decent sewing machine, which is when I got my Singer, and that worked okay for what I was doing temporarily. I had to use my hand crank for it for most of the time, but it did mostly good quality stitch work, and it held up, and it didn't really put up a fuss or an argument. It pretty much worked with the leather that I put through it, so I was happy with it at the time. Just this past Christmas, I was gifted a Texo Cylinder Arm 2700 Pro, and I've had that sitting in the shop for the past month, doing orders and custom work on it, and it just works like a dream. So, very happy to have that in my arsenal. I know I've promoted and talked about selling purses, backpacks, and briefcases, and possibly DOP kits here recently in the past, and I've decided I'm going to push those farther back over into the summertime, because I have the right equipment as far as the sewing machine goes, but I do not have a bell skiver or anything decent to really skive down the edges on stuff like oil tanned or natural veg. So I'm going to wait until I get the bell skiver, and that way I can actually make a good quality bag, instead of getting frustrated over at the sewing machine, going like, why isn't this working? Because I've had that happen with the gussets before, and it's absolutely irritating. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a step back, do what's going to be best for me and my business, and just wait until I get all the right pieces and parts. Do a few test runs, that way I can learn a little bit better on how to make the bigger products, I guess, bigger projects, and then I'll go ahead and start making those, advertising those a lot more, and hopefully get the ball rolling on those. But make no mistake, they will be part of our product line in the future at some point. Got into my business as a leather crafter when I was a freshman, summer of my freshman year in high school, because I made some I made some hair pieces for a few friends, and they were suggesting it to me, so I decided why not do it. So I started doing that over the summertime, and I took a break from it last winter because all the wallets and all the products commercially I had on hand were what I was currently getting orders for. I didn't have any stock built. So I took the time to save up and build up stock for my company. And over the summer, I started promoting it a little bit more, put a few more YouTube videos out there, and that seemed to work pretty well. As far as our product line goes, I do plan on expanding it, and here in a minute I'll go ahead and talk to you and tell you pretty much all the new products and everything that I'm going to be doing. So back over to the 2020 list is what I'm going to be doing is, as far as a website, I've had Etsy for a few months now, and I've learned to not really like it very much. They're very much like Facebook. If you're wanting to get your brand boosted or kind of like echoed, if you will, and promoted, that way other people will see your products, your business, what you have to offer, you have to give them like a paid promotion or something, like $10 or $20 per boost. And I cannot and will not afford that, because that just seems to me like a waste of money to be spending $20 every time I want to boost and make more of an impact with my business through my website on another website like Etsy. So here in the next few months as well, I am going to shift over to Shopify because I've heard lots of great things about them. The majority of the leather workers and the majority of the businesses in that, like DLS, Stock and Barrel, Rose Anvil, Buckle Guy, the majority of those websites that I've seen use Shopify, and they've all said it works great, no complaints. So I'm gonna go ahead and head over to Shopify, build my website on there, and pretty much just see how that goes, because I'd much rather spend $30 a month for somebody regulating my website as opposed to paying $20 every time I want a customer to see what I have to offer and possibly purchasing one of our products. As far as products go, I've messed around with the templates a little bit, and I've reamped or updated the templates for the card wallet, the card holder, or our minimalist card wallet. I can't talk tonight. Our vertical wallets, which are the number 18 and the number 20 Western vertical wallet. I've made a few changes to the design in the Western vertical, so it won't really have all like the major like points in that you've seen in the past, kind of like the swoop down under, if you can kind of get what I'm doing with all my hand motions. It's pretty much just going to be like a smooth swoop with the two little kind of Western curves on the sides, because I really want to keep kind of like the Western flair, the kind of Western tone to my leatherwork, because that's pretty much where my inspiration and where my background comes off of with leatherworking. Let's see. I'm also going to be introducing a new wallet to our product line that I'm currently calling the Zippo wallet, mostly because I haven't really came up with a better name for it. So pretty much what it is a 2 or 3 card slot with a couple hidden pockets on the inside, and for cash or change I have a little zipper on the side. Folds over like a bifold, except it has another little slip they fold over and button on both sides. So I currently have that in experimenting and trial runs in the shop, but haven't made a decent enough version that doesn't need as many tweaks to where I feel comfortable putting it on our website. And I will also be having price changes to our website. Let's see, Zippo Wallet, dog collars. I recently had a lot of people suggesting to me that I should start doing dog leashes and dog collars, so I am also currently in the process of making that happen in the shop. I've cut out a bunch of straps and that and cut them down to size and sewn them together. And the nice thing about leashes and dog collars is, other than getting the size right for the collars, they're pretty easy to make. There's not really much of a trial run to go on there, just as much as getting the size right, or the length right, as far as the leash or the collar. That way it fits the animal. Rather if you own a German Shepherd, a Lab, or just a little forgive me, I don't know all the dog breeds out there, like you know what I'm talking about, like the bigger dogs as opposed to the smaller dogs. Yeah. Working on that, and also a few requests, as well as a couple of custom orders that I've had December of last year, 2019. I will be putting those in production as part of our commercial selling, like the Roper wallet / checkbook wallet. That will also be put in production commercially, because the 2 or 3 customers I've made custom with that wallet particularly have all told me and agreed on the same thing, that that would be an excellent commercial product to start selling. So I'm going to take their word for it and just get a running start on that. As well as I'm also going to get digging into the Field Notes brand memo book stuff. And I've also already got a prototype made of that. It needs lengthened out a little bit because it doesn't cover all the way on the memo book like I would like it to. But once I do hard template made out for it that works, that is functional to where I feel comfortable selling it as a product to a customer, I will 100% immediately get that put on our website in all our different color options, which is another thing I'm working on, is saving up to buying all my different color options, because I'm currently a junior in high school, so I'm not completely at a point to where I've graduated, have a full-time job, so I can just go, oh, okay, well, 3 months I'll have enough to buy all this, so 3 months and I'll have a full-blown business. Sadly, it doesn't work like that. Even though I do wish I did have more free time on my hands in the shop to where I could get this stuff done. Unfortunately, I don't, but that's just the way life is. I got those two. I got everything written on my board back here, so what else am I forgetting? Briefcase, purse, no, okay. Western Tack. That one's gonna be my most favorite to start visiting. I found $30 templates on a website for breast collars, halters, head stalls. I'm gonna purchase those, and once I have those purchased and in the shop, I shouldn't really have to do too much trial run with it, because the template's already there pre-made. I do believe they're made out of either fiberglass or plastic. So those should just be figuring out, like tracing, cutting out the templates, sewing them up, figuring out where they go, and then getting that put on our product line. So those should be relatively easy. As far as adding products to our line and reamping products, I think that's about it. Ooh, price point, right. All of our new products, like the Roper wallet, the Field Notes book stuff, dog collars, leashes, all that, I'm going to not put those on my Etsy page and wait until I get my new website built, and that I will dump everything onto that website. And when you first see it and I first start advertising it, no, not everything will be on there. That will be gradually over time sort of a deal, but nonetheless, it will all be on there sometime this year, most likely towards the summertime. And now for our price points, I was kind of thinking about it and talking it over with Ani a little bit, and we were both deciding that I should raise the prices a little bit for what I'm asking, as opposed from $35 per wallet. Oh, and we're also going to be making a lot more stock in billfolds. Those ones I don't heavily advertise on, even though I should, but those will start being also a major advertising and selling point, is our billfolds. But yeah, we were talking about pricing, and now she was mentioning to me that I'm kind of going a little bit low on the price end, which on that case I was agreeing with her, because leather, especially high quality, that lasts a lifetime, generations, potentially forever in a sense. Asking kind of a cheap price for it, I guess, is good starting out a business, but getting along with it a little bit farther, kind of like I have, it's time to start asking more of a reasonable price. So pretty much the price that you will be seeing for our wallets when I have our actual website built on Shopify and have all the links to it. Our wallets, like our vertical card wallets, will go from $35 to probably about $48 to about $50 per wallet, and that's plus shipping, which will be about $7, because that $7 does not go towards me. That goes towards the post office, because I have to pay them $7 for shipping every time I go and ship something out there. So that's just something there for shipping. That way I don't have to take everything out of my pocket, even though it's kind of technically out of my pocket. But anyway, yeah, that's what you'll be seeing in the future with price points. Third topic will be, or is going to be, advertising. Me and social media, kind of a weird relationship. Facebook I've had ever since I was 13, 14. Instagram, I think I'm still pretty new to it. I've had it for probably about a year now, and I'm one of those people that's not very tech savvy at all. And so, like, if there's something new or if there's something different, like to promote it business wise, that I need to know about or want to know about, I usually have to go up to my dad or somebody else and ask them, hey, I've heard about this, how do I do it? Because I don't know. That, and also I don't really do too much with social media, and I'm not on there too often. So like getting everyday stories, everyday posts on our products, kind of what I'm doing throughout the day, doing in the shop throughout the day, that's kind of difficult personally for me to do, because I'm not used to having my phone out all the time, taking stories, taking Snapchats, taking pictures, doing all that. I'm very much of no, I'm kind of doing what I'm doing sort of a deal, because there's been a few times where I go out to the shop and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start doing this, and I'm gonna make stories and posts throughout the whole process, let's do it. Then I'll get out there, I'll get halfway through a project, and then it'll dawn on me that, oh yeah, I was gonna make a story and do a few posts on this 2 steps ago. Dang it. Well, I still got these other few to do, I can still do it on those. So, practicing, I guess, doing a little bit more promoting, posting, and advertising on my part. I'm gonna need to practice that a little bit, because I'm not really used to doing that much, because I'm not really accustomed to being on my phone all the time, posting stuff all the time. So that's another thing I'm gonna be getting better at, and you should hopefully start seeing here in the future, quite a bit more frequently. especially with posting to Instagram. My goal for this year in 2020 is to at least have a few stories, probably about 3 or 4 stories posted a day or whenever I'm in the shop working, which may not be every day, but whenever I'm in the shop, I'm gonna make it a personal goal to be making posts and stories. As well as YouTube platform, I tried to do a YouTube video on a product or a project I haven't covered yet. Usually when I do custom orders, I will do that on camera, but or when I'm doing like a one-off project or I'm doing a prototype of something, I'll usually do that on video. Doing a lot more frequent video, just kind of like vlog type style, like what I'm doing throughout the day, what I'm doing in the shop. I'm going to try and make those a little bit more fluent. So pretty much, yeah, just being a lot more fluent, a lot more engaged, and posting a hell of a lot more on social media is the weakness that I plan to and want to start strengthening as I grow this business. And of course, I also want to reach out to you guys, start making relationships and possibly friends with you guys that are subscribed to my channel, those of you who watch my material, and those of you that know me out in the community, whether if it's from some community thing or if there's something I did with you in the past, or just, just whatever. If you watch my videos, if you know me, or if you see me somewhere and you recognize me, don't be afraid to say hi. I'm always open. So, yeah, being more engaged with you guys and also making lifelong relationships with you guys is something that I am really looking forward to. And not only in the year 2020, but also in the several future years as I grow this business and just one-on-one personal. But yeah, as well as also craft shows. Ani and I went to a craft show in Castleford back in September 2019, and we had a really good turnout. We sold a lot of product there. I got a few more custom orders, which I'm always happy about, which is kind of what makes up the majority of what I do in the shop is custom, apart from commercial. If I had to kind of guess and balance them out, I do more custom than I do commercial. Excuse me. Which is okay, I'm fine with that, because it helps me strengthen my skills as a leather worker, as a business person, and no, it gives me new ideas on stuff I should and could potentially possibly add to our product line. So that's always a good thing no matter what. Also with advertising with craft shows, I am horrible at promoting craft shows and stuff, or if I'm sponsoring somebody, I am horrible at announcing sponsorships, because usually if someone's going to like, hey, I'm gonna be at this craft show this day, this time, at this event, or hey, I'm sponsoring this guy, go and show him some love, show him some support, subscribe to him, follow him on these accounts, yada yada yada. Normally you'd start that a few weeks prior to the actual event, or whenever you get notice of what you're doing, how you're being involved in that particular event. And so far, I usually remember or think about promoting that or saying, hey, this is going on, rather a week before or a few days before, once a few hours before. So that's also going to be another goal of mine for 2020, apart from daily stories in the shop as well as outside of the shop, once or twice a day, everyday posting, and also advertising and letting you guys know if we're going to be at a craft show, when and where that's going to be. And I'm going to try and make that as close as like 2 or 3 weeks at least in advance as possible, and just keep on riding that until we finally get to the day. And of course, we're going to be doing posts and stories while we're there as well. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys on this video. Sorry if I'm talking a bit too much. I usually tend to do that in my videos, but I'm just a heavy talker by nature. So yeah, I apologize if you tuned out of this video 20 or 30 minutes ago, but that's I guess. But yeah, I should have another video. My next video after this one will be on explaining my new Texo Cylinder Arm 2700 Pro. That will hopefully be within the next week or so. I'll try and figure that out when I get the time to, because currently I've been working a lot lately because I've been really busy at both of my jobs. So whenever I get the free time, I will go ahead and make the video, make time to edit the video, and get it out to you guys as soon as possible. So yeah, I think that's about all I got for you guys on this video. So hope I didn't bore you to death too much, and yeah, we'll see you with the new sewing machine. Go ahead and like and subscribe this video and to our channel. I promise we got a lot more fun videos ahead, making stuff in the shop, pretty much vlogs of me just out doing my daily stuff, and yeah, good times are ahead. 2020 is going to be a great year. So yeah, I'll catch you guys